Am I qualified to talk about this subject? Yes, I'm qualified to talk about this subject because I'm running a small scale business, and I've been doing it for the past, officially, for the past 10 years. And I have a business in a place that is the most expensive place you can get a shop in Nigeria. I have one in Ikeja City Mall, and I have in Jabi Lake Mall. These are the most expensive and busiest malls in Nigeria as of today. Now, if I have a shop in these malls and I'm able to survive, in Ikeja City Mall, I've been there for 10 years. In Jabi Lake Mall, I've been there for over 6 years, now getting to 7 years. That shows that, I'm qualified to talk about this. Yes, I'm qualified to talk about this. And I have staff that are over 75, presently working with me, plus I have not added the casual workers, but people that are actually working and getting their salary on a monthly basis in bonus place as of today, they are over 75. So I'm qualified to talk about this. So the first step that you must take for you to become a confident, instinctive, and wise entrepreneur is, number one, you have to be an apprentice, something that you have to willingly make up your mind to do, to become an apprentice. Apprentice is somebody who study under somebody who is very good at the thing that you are interested in studying. For example, if you want to be an hairstylist, you want to set up a salon, you want to become an entrepreneur in salon business, the first step that you have to take is for you to identify or to seek out somebody who is good in hairstyling. Then you go there to go and become an apprentice to study, under such a person. So there are so many things that you will learn, when you study under somebody who is very good. It saves you a lot of wahala, because one, you will not make the mistakes, that the person made when he started out the business. He will take you, he will mentor you, he will take you through the ropes, it will show you the way, so that it becomes very easy for you to climb the ladder until you get to the peak of your goal, of your desire. So the first step is to become an apprentice. I always tell people, if I want to do any other thing today apart from hairstyling, once I've identified the thing that I want to do, I will look out for somebody who is very good in that stuff, who is very good in it. Then I will humble myself to go and study under that person. And that's exactly what I did when I started with my hairstyling business. I identified somebody who was very good in the business. Then I went to go and study under the person. In fact, I studied the person for over 3 years, and after studying the person, then I move on to the next, which I will talk in the course of this discussion. But let me still be talking about apprentice. It's very good for you, to humble yourself. That's the first step to become an apprentice. If I want to become a pastor today, I will look for a church that is very good in ministry. I will go there as an apprentice to go and study, to go and learn, the ministry under such a person. So it's always good, if you even go to hospitals, for example, you see you have medical doctors, you have people who are learning, who are training to become, medical doctors. You see them, on world rounds going with a professional, to understudy him, or her. So that's apprenticeship. apprenticeship is the first step. You know, when you are doing apprenticeship, you get to know so many things. You get to so many things. Now, in the process, you know, under apprenticeship, let me tell you, I'll just give you the basic thing that you learn. That's where you learn, you know, the handwork. You learn the handwork. Number two, you learn punctuality. Because if you want to be successful, you have to be an early riser. You will learn punctuality, coming to work early. You know, that's where you learn how to be punctual when you are given an appointment. So under apprenticeship teaches you how to be punctual. Then number two, apprenticeship teaches you discipline. You know, you're being taught how to discipline yourself. Because if you are not disciplined, you know, it would affect your handwork, it will affect your trade. Discipline is very key. You know, you can research on discipline, you can study that for yourself. Then after discipline, what apprentices also teach you how to market. You know, how to market your trade, because you're watching your mentor. You are seeing the way your mentor is going about, you know, looking for customers, looking for clients. You know, that's where you also learn how to do marketing. The apprenticeship, you know, is also, you know, before I even move on to the next thing, in marketing, you discover a lot of people nowadays, they just prefer customers to come to them. You know, it's those days that customers, you know, just walk up to you. Nowadays, you know, you have to reach out to customers. You reach out to customers because the competition is so much now. You know, there are so many people doing that thing that you want to do compared to those days. Now, whatever trade you're going to do, you have to learn how to do marketing. You have to learn how to sell the product or the services. Apart from selling the product and the services, you also need to learn how to market yourself. Because people buy into you before they buy what you're selling. So marketing, you learn it under apprenticeship. Then moving on, after marketing, you learn how to be responsible under apprenticeship. You know, because once you are given something, you know, to do, to work with, you must take care, you know, of the stuff, of the tools, you know, of the things that you are working with. You know, you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible to your colleagues. You know, being able to work with your colleagues, being responsible to them. You know, because yes, you have to be responsible. Responsibility also means that you being able to take care of something that are entrusted to you to handle. You know, while you are learning apprenticeship, you know, you will still get to, there might be some other people who you are older than, who you are senior to, you know, that are under you. You have to be responsible to them. Is your ability to take care of people under you, your ability to handle the things you're given to work with, the tools, you know, the product, whatever equipment that are assigned to you. You know, your responsibility means that you are able to take care of those things. Then after responsibility, there's what they call accountability. Being able to account for everything. Accountability means that you have to look up to somebody. You have to have somebody you're looking up to. Responsibility is looking down, being able to take care of people under you, things that you are giving into. But when it comes to accountability, it means that you're looking up to somebody. You know, your boss. You know, somebody that you take authority from, somebody that you take permission to, somebody that gives you an approval. These are the things that you learn under apprenticeship. Like if you come to Bruno's place, for example, these are the things we teach you as an apprentice. We teach you the handwork. We equip you with the things that you've come to learn Like if you want to learn barbing, for instance, we teach you all the things that you need to know about barbing. And not just learning barbing, we also teach you the things, you know, that are relating to barbing, so that you can have a broader knowledge, you know, so that you can have, you know, your foundation can be strong, you can be firm. You know, in barbing, there are different types. There is low cut, there is star, you know, then there is coloring, there is steaming of hair. So you have to learn everything. Now sometimes a customer might come to the shop and he may not want to barb, but he wants to do steaming. If you don't know how to do steaming, so what do you do? So that's why in apprenticeship, in not just learning a particular handwork, make sure you learn something that's related to it, so that it can be firm, you know, so that you can have varieties, you know, and all that, you know, you can have alternative sources of income. Let me just put it that way. So you make sure you do that. Then the discipline, the punctuality, which is very key, coming to work early, you know, and being an early riser. Then you also have marketing, you know, you have responsibility and accountability. These are the things that you learn under apprenticeship. You learn all this under apprenticeship. These are the things that actually build your character. These are the things, some of the things that build your confidence. You know, it teaches you a lot of common sense. You know, you now know how to handle things because you have seen people who are older than you doing it, and you are seeing the way they are doing it. And even in the process of watching them do it, you know, you discover that you'll be able to even carve out your own niche. You're able to carve out your own, because creativity actually comes from observation. You being able to observe. You know, when you observe, you consider and ponder all the things that you are observing. Then you now receive a revelation, or you get an insight. You know, then that will be unique to you. That will be peculiar to you. So once you have finished this apprenticeship stage, then you now move on to the second stage, which is the second step. Then the second step is seeking for an employment. You know, you want to use that thing that you have learned. You want to use it to work so that it can earn income. But at this stage, what you should be concerned about is getting enough money, you know, at least to pay your bills, you know, to at least take care of yourself, you know, then something that can take you to your place of work. Now, while you are working and earning money, you can also still be learning. You can also be building your confidence. You can be building your customer base, which is very key. You're building your customer base. You know, while you're building your customer base and all that, you're building your confidence, you know, then it will get to a stage that you know that you can move on to the third step. Because this second stage of paid employment, you know, the 9 to 5, is not something that will give you the desired amount of money that you will actually need, you know, for you to fulfill all your needs and your wants, you know, because 9 to 5 cannot really give you your needs and your wants, you know, satisfactorily. And even if it's giving you your needs and your wants satisfactorily, you will not have that freedom, because every human being wants to be free. Everybody desires to be free. So 9 to 5 cannot really give you that kind of freedom that you want. So then, for you to, you know, have this freedom, or the next step to take is for you to seek a commission job. Now that you have built your confidence, you have some customer base, you know, so now you can request that you want to become a commission a commissioned staff or a commissioned worker, because as a commissioned staff, you are the one that determines your income, not your employer. So whatever you earn is based on your productivity. Is based on your ability, to bring in a lot of customers, So once you're doing that, you discover that you'll be the one that will determine your salary, Then once you have this commission job, you will discover that you're on your way to freedom. You are on your way to freedom. Commission job. Sometimes a lot of people, they are afraid to take a commission job, because the truth is that if you don't have a good customer, if you don't have a solid customer base, and you are not the marketing type, you're the one that goes out to look for customers, you discover at the end of the month you might not earn money. So a lot of people don't really want that. So that's why they don't opt for commission job. They would rather want to get a salary job, because they are sure of the salary they are going to be getting at the end of the month. But a commission job, your salary is not fixed. It keeps increasing based on your productivity, your ability to reach out to customer, your ability to get in new customer, add it to your customers. Now once you've discovered that you are making money from the commission, and your customer base is expanding, it's not enough for you to go and set up your own business like most people do. It's not yet time. So the next stage for you to do is to what? Go into partnership with either the person that you are learning or that you're working for, or look for somebody who is in the business, that you can partner with. Maybe somebody that is looking for how he can extend his business. He want an extension of his business, but he needs somebody who will be able to do it, just the way he's doing it. But he may not have the time, for that expansion. Then you can go into partnership, with that person. So when you go into partnership, you discover that what you will be making as a partner will be better than paid employment. It will also be better than commission job, because in partnership you are getting salary, you are getting commission, and at the same time you are sharing from the profits that the company is making. So you move to partnership. Then from partnership, is where you work as a mini entrepreneur. Now you are being exposed to the real world, where you get to understand how to deal with not just the business, but with the environment and everything in the environment, where you are operating. You get to know the laws, you get to have dealings with contractors, you get to have dealings with every stakeholder, in the business that you are doing. You get to study that under partnership. Therefore, it is partnership that now introduces you to becoming a full-bred entrepreneur. This is the stages that you have to take. Now, what a lot of people do, they finish handwork. Once they learn handwork and they are very good with the handwork, they want to jump from there. They want to jump from apprenticeship to becoming an entrepreneur. And that's where they make a lot of mistakes. Even if you have somebody who opens a shop for you, who gives you money and equip you with all the things that you will need to set up a business, set up the kind of business that you want. If you have not passed through the stages, if you have not passed through the due process, you will not have that confidence. You will not be able to build that instinct, and you will not even learn common sense. Do you understand? To be able to, solve problems, to be able to take decisions as a full-bred entrepreneur who has passed through the stages. Now, it is very key for you to pass through the stages. These are the stages that I passed through, And today, I can tell you that I'm very happy, that I passed through these stages. That's even the reason why I'm discussing this topic today. And I will keep discussing it, because these are the steps. These are tested steps. These are the steps that I passed through. I've even studied people who are doing so well in business. I've studied people who have done so well in business. These are people who have, they've learned the job. They've, under apprenticeship, they've learned what is discipline, what is punctuality, what is marketing, what is responsibility, what is accountability. They were engaged in employment for salary to earn salary before they moved to commission job. From commission job, they became partner. From partner, they became an entrepreneur. These are the stages. If you study businesses, you will discover these are the stages that everybody passed through. There is no way you can jump one stage. If you jump one stage in the process of doing the business, you will go back to it. Because if you don't go back to it, you will make a lot of mistakes, that will be expensive to you and the business. And that's why a lot of businesses are failing. That's why a lot of businesses are failing. Now, if I didn't pass through these stages, there are certain things that I do today, and I see other businesses, they are struggling, to do it, because one, they didn't pass through these stages. For example, if you give birth to a child, there are stages that the child will pass through before the child becomes an adult. The child will first of all learn how to crawl. The child will learn how to sit. The child will learn how to walk. The child will learn how to run. Then before the child can, be fully established, as an adult. But you can't give birth to a child today and expect the child, or the child will just jump from sitting and start running. It's not possible. Have you ever seen anybody like that? Have you ever seen any child like that? So that's the more reason why you have to. There are temptations for you to jump those stages. Now we are living in a world where people, they want to jump stages. People don't want to pass through through the process. People just want take away. Let me put it that way. People just want they want everybody's in a hurry. Everybody wants to get it now. No. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to change your mindset. You have to make up your mind to pass through the stages. And these are the stages, in a nutshell, that will enable you to become a confident, instinctive, and a wise